Hey knitters, it's Abby from Wool and Pine, and we're going to talk about our newest design. This is the Voyage Cardigan. And for this sweater, we're really excited about it. I'm going to talk through some of the unique features and some of the different ways to customize it if you're interested in doing so. So basically, this is a set-in sleeve sweater, knit in the round from the bottom up, and then the opening at the front and the armholes are steeked, which means you actually cut your knitting open. Not to worry, sounds scary. We have tons of video tutorials and some options of different techniques on different ways to do it. So depending on your preference, you can do that. For this cardigan, we recommend 0 to 4 inches of positive ease. When you're doing a set-in sleeve sweater, which is this type of sweater, you don't want to have too much positive ease because this is meant to be more of a fitted garment. And if you choose a size with too much positive ease, then this shoulder area is going to start looking really sloppy in a not very good way. And as always, you also don't want to go with too much negative ease outside of what the pattern recommends, or else you might find that your armhole is too small. So if you're wanting to customize the length of your cardigan, of course, that's very easy at the beginning since we're working from the bottom up. You can just work more or less rows before you split for your armhole. And then checking my notes here so I don't miss anything. Okay, so once you do split for your armhole, we've recommended, and you'll see this in the pattern, is when you're working, when you come to a round that has some cast on or cast off stitches for a steek or to start the shoulder areas, we recommend just stopping the chart and working in a single color just to make that easier so you don't have to do any cast on or cast off in colorwork. So you'll see here, this purple and red stripe here is where I cast off for my underarm, and then the purple is where I cast on for my steek when I'm working in the round. And then the arm depth, the armhole depth here for a set-in sweater is very important. That's where all of your fit and structure is going to come from. So as you're working this top area, you're going to want to focus on your row gauge, make sure that looks good. And when you block the sweater before you cut for your steeks, you want to make sure you pin the armhole to the measurements written in the schematic. And that's what's going to help give you a really nice, tidy, well-fitting armhole. And then the arms, after you've cut your steek, the arms this is a really cool technique. It's a short row sleeve cap. So basically you don't have to seam the sleeve in. You pick up stitches around the armhole and then you work short rows all the way around to create the sleeve cap. And then when you get down to here, you are in the round again and you work all the way down. Of course, the sleeves, again, length, always easy to customize. You can make it short, you can make it long, you can make it extra long, whatever you like. And then the last thing, after you cut your steek up the center, which is, again, it's scary, but we got you. You watch the video tutorials. It's a really fun experience. I'm sure you're going to love it. And then you pick up stitches for your button band. This will be picked up the same way that you do for the armhole sleeves. And then you just work back and forth, adding your buttonholes as desired. You're welcome to do more or less buttons. All you have to do is lay your cardigan flat and then mark out where you want your buttonholes to be so that when you're adding your holes, you know where to put them. And all right, my notes, what else was I supposed to say? Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about is you'll notice on the inside, you have your little flap from your cut steek. You can whip stitch this down or back stitch this down if you want. I didn't bother, as you'll see, mine lays really nice and flat without having to do anything. But if you're someone who likes a really tidy finished garment, you could even get a piece of ribbon and whip stitch a piece of ribbon over this, and that would give you a really tidy inside. I obviously don't care about that because I still have ends, but we don't need to talk about that. What else can I say? We've got a nice V-neck here. So when you are knitting in the round, still your full body, you have some decreases that happen at the V-neck that it's going to kind of pull your work in. It's going to look really funny when it's still on your needles, but once you snip up, it will go back in the direction. We've got lots of additional content for you on how to pick your colors. You can mix up and add different motifs in if you like. And we're just really excited to see everybody dive into their stash, pull out all those minis that you've been wondering what to do with, and make a sweater.